Hello and welcome to this introduction of the new GIS beta in Phast and Safeti 9.3. My name is David Álvarez Boedo and I am the Product Delivery Manager for Phast and Safeti. The contents of this video includes background, overview of the preview new GIS beta, functionality which is currently not included, and a Phast demo. Please note that the process that we are going to see during the Phast demo is also applicable to Safeti. The GIS currently used is based on an outdated technology and therefore is incompatible with our modern architecture. We are working, however, on a modern replacement which will include support for base layers and tiling. There is also an improved support for editing geometries and alignment with Phast Online features. Now is a great time for you to share any feedback you may have on any pain points or desired features. We would really appreciate your comments or thoughts. Please feel free to share those via our technical support channel software.support@dnv.com. Preview New GIS Beta is available via the ribbon Settings tab GIS group. The aim is to provide early access to any user who may want to try this new feature before its official release in Phast and Safeti 9.5 and gather feedback for improvements while development is still in progress. Users will need to restart either Phast or Safeti to ensure it is loaded properly. It is going to be stored within the application preferences, so users can switch between the legacy GIS or the preview new GIS beta at any time. It comes by default with two different layers, street and topographic, from OpenStreetMap. But please note that in its official release, Phast and Safeti 9.5, we are aiming to include a satellite layer by default as well. We have included a search by location functionality that we will explore during the demo. Search by coordinates will be included within its official release, Phast and Safeti 9.5. Users, however, can add more layers if they want to, such as satellite imagery. External base map layers can be added via raster tile services by entering a tile URL template. We will see this also during the demo. PNG, JPG, or WebP tiles are supported, whilst vector tile formats such as PBF are not supported. If you go to the Settings tab in the ribbon, Styles, Equipment Style, then you will see that the icon option is selected. This means that you will be able to see all of those different equipment items in the map and easily differentiate them. Those icons matches as well with the same icons that you will see in the models tree within the study tree. If you are using either a point or a line, then you will be able to customize its color, translucency, or the width. If you have added multiple equipments within the same location using the same coordinates, if you left click, you will be able to see and select the features. Here we see three different chlorine tanks, and if you hover the mouse on the bottom one, for instance, then you can see also its path within the study tree, within the models tab. If you hover the mouse on any equipment, you can see also a prompt window indicating its name and equipment, Xen tank pressure vessel, for instance, as we can see here, and we have included within the preview new GIS beta the export to KML option following feedback from users. We can see this also during the demo, how we can export to KML any contour results from Phast. There is some functionality which has not been included yet. This includes the external connections, the GIS CAD import, display and calculation of FN results per unit length, or snapping objects to existing geometries during editing, what we called snap to shape. All of those items remain still fully supported in the legacy GIS. They have been disabled in the new GIS preview as they require further development, and in some cases, an upgrade to underlying components and workspace data. This also ensures that users can switch safely between the legacy GIS and the preview new GIS without any issues. Now let's have a look at the demo. I have here Phast 9.3, and to be able to enable the preview new GIS, I just need to go to the settings tab in the ribbon, and then here within the GIS group I can find the preview new GIS button. So I just need to select it, and then I get this message which is indicating me that I need to restart the application. I click OK, and then I have two options. Option number one is that I can close either Phast and Safeti window and then reopen it again, and option number two is that if I go to the File tab within the ribbon, I select here New Workspace, and then this ensures that the preview new GIS beta is going to be loaded properly. So then here I can see the layers. So if I move my mouse here over the layers, I can see the topographic, or I can see the street layer. And if I go to the File, Preferences, then we can see that the preview new GIS option is being added here. We have also added the insert equipment on GIS following feedback from users. So you can select this from here, and then we will see that it's going to be synchronized also with its functions within the settings. So if I click here on OK, then if I go here to the settings tab, we see that the insert equipment on GIS is also enabled here. I can do this either via the file preferences, as we have seen, or I can just simply go to the settings tab and then check this option here, or I can uncheck this button here if I want to go back to the legacy GIS option. By adding this insert equipment on GIS, this means that every single time that I go to the study tree, Phast or Safeti is going to ask me for a location within the GIS. Now, what I can add is another layer. If I go here to base layers, then I'm going to be able to add as many layers as I want to. So for instance, I'm going to add Azure satellite layer, and then I can just simply paste here its URL. If I have it, I click OK, and then if I go here to the layers, I can switch to Azure satellite. I can use the search by location. For instance, I can search for Vigo. This is where I originally come from. Not try to make any kind of publicity or marketing here, but it's a nice place to visit in case that you haven't been there before. Or I can search by Jakarta, and then I can go to that place, for instance, here. And then you just simply try to find the one location of your interest and start adding different equipments. For instance, I can use this one here. I can go to the study tree and then do a right click, insert, and then I can add a pressure vessel, For instance, I'm going to add a pressure vessel here. It's indicating me here, select location on the map. So I just need to click on any location. I select that one, and I can do this for multiple equipments. So all of those different icons that you see here are the ones that you are going to be able to see on the GIS map, with the exception of the warehouse. So I'm going to select now an atmospheric storage tank. I'm going to add one here. Standalone. I can add another one here. Solid explosion, equipment, and so on. I'm going to add the dust explosions as well, for instance. And if you hover the mouse on any of those different equipments, then you will be able to see its name and which equipment item it is. You can select it. You can do here, for instance, a copy. And then if I want to move this atmospheric storage tank to this location, what I have done by the copy option is I have copied its geometry. I can select now the atmospheric storage tank and then do a right click and then paste geometry. And then it goes directly to this location here. So if I do a left click, then I can select which different feature I am interested in. For instance, I can select again that atmospheric storage tank, and then it's going to open its edit dialog, and then I can populate all of the input data as required. If I do a single left click instead of a double left click as I did before, by a single left click, then I can select the atmospheric storage tank, and then I can do a right click, modify, and then I have here all of those different indications of the tasks that I am going to be able to do. So I can move that atmospheric storage tank to its original location or to another one just by dragging it. And then I can commit with the change just if I do a double click or an enter. So I'm going to do a double click and then it's been moved there. I can add a long pipeline, and then you just need to start adding all of these different data points here. It's a polyline, so I can add it here, and then for instance I can go up to this point here, and then I can do a double click to commit the changes. If you want to visualize the polyline with a different color or with a different width, then you just need to go to the settings tab, and then here in styles, equipment, you can modify its color. You can say here red. You can modify the width 5, for instance, and then you can click on OK. So then you can easily visualize this long pipeline here. If you want to make any changes on the coordinates, you just simply select it, one left click, it becomes like orange. This means that it is selected. Then I can do a right click and then I can click on modify. I can add more points if I want to, just by clicking on any point within this line. For instance, if I click here, I can add one extra coordinate, another extra point, and so on. And then you can drag them if you want to, depending on your needs. If you want to delete those, you just need to hover your mouse and then use the shift click option, and then I do a left click, then I can delete them. So I hover my mouse here and delete it, I hover my mouse here and delete it, and that's it. And once you are happy with the path of your long pipeline, you just need to do a double click or enter to save the changes. Now what I have done is I have populated already one study, and here I have it. I have provided all of the input data. In this case I have my pressure vessel, I have a leak scenario, I have drawn as well a long pipeline, and then I have my location specific bridge as you see here. and I have run it. I have green ticks, so then I can visualize results on the new GIS. So I click here on GIS results. I have run it for 3 different weather categories. You can select all of them or one of them. I'm going to leave it as is, by default. I click on finish. And I should be able to see here all of those different contours. So I am going to be able to see the LFL fraction by default here for all of them. And then you can select any of those here. LFL fraction because I am running for only one scenario, multiple weather categories. So by default, I'm going to see only the LFL fraction for the 1.5F, the 5D, or the 1.5D. But if you are interested to visualize also the LFL and the UFL, you just need to go to the Consequence tab within the ribbon and then Edit Settings. And then here in the Concentrations tab, then you can select them here. And then you just click OK. And we should be able to see all of those them, as you see here in the legend. You can exclude some of those if you are not interested in, just by selecting, and then you find here display layer is selected or not. So you can say here different ones, you can unselect them, as you can see here. And you can select the different contours of your interest, maybe one or maybe all of them. So if you go here to the general one, here we can select all of them, or if I select here only one, then I have the option to export to KML. So I click here on this export to KML, that I'm going to be able to find it also by a right click. Here we find the export to KML option, and then you can save it. And if you are interested to see contours for both different releases, you just need to go to the weather tab, select the one weather category of your interest. For instance, I'm going to select the category 1.5F. I click on GIS. I have my 2 different scenarios. I click on finish. And so I should be able to visualize within the GIS my 2 releases with the different contours. I hope that you have enjoyed with this video. I hope that you find useful the new preview, new GIS beta, and we are looking forward to hearing from you on any thoughts and any improvements you may like to suggest. Thank you very much.